Hi guys, Everyday Knife Guy here with another flashlight video for you, and this one should be pretty interesting if you are at all in the market for a AA cell EDC light, and depending on your preferences, one of these should be a very good option for you. You may have seen my video before on the Thrunite Archer 1A V3, 1A for one AA cell battery, of course, given the length right there, so in comparison to a AA for scale. And yes, we are using slightly higher quality than normal batteries today, just for those who are following along at home. So there is that in comparison to the single cell. And I just recently received for review, disclaimer first of all, this is the 2A V3, and if you're paying attention you will see that is of course for two AA cells. So of course this is a higher output light, but also a bit of a bigger form factor. But other than that, very, very similar. You can see they both have that side switch, push button switch for change of modes. They both have a XPL blah 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 LED that we'll come to in a minute when I check the instructions for what it's actually called. They both have these rubber grommet tail clicker switches to turn the power on. They have the same style rear cap, same style everything really. So let's look at the actual physical difference. On the larger model, looks like everything is the same back to about here, and then we have this sort of mid-body knurled section is a little longer, and then you have your mount for your removable detachable pocket clip there as opposed to back here, and then you have this long smooth part of the barrel and then the same size tail cap. So this is the difference from about here to about here. This pocket clip I think could be, I don't know, it could be moved from there to there to make it so you could mount it lens up, if you will, in your pocket or your bag. Same with this one, but other than that you can't move the clip any further back by the looks of it. So that's the difference in size. Now whether you're a very lightweight EDC guy or you carry a daily backpack for your EDC gear, whatever, will determine how useful this one is for you, or whether this little pocket light is much more of a viable option. We will come to the price at the end of this once we've gone through all the specs, and I think that might change your mind on something, but that's what we're looking at. So they both come in these pretty much identical boxes, of course. Let's just check what comes in the 2A, because that's the new addition here. Foam packing, instructions, which are over here. Silica gel, a little piece about thanks for buying a Thrunite, I think. Thanks for your order or Thrunite, blah blah blah. If you have any questions or concerns, get in touch with them. Just the usual Thrunite kind of literature. And same as the 1A, you have this little bag here which just has a little lanyard, spare tail grommet, spare O-ring, that kind of stuff. So all the little bits and pieces that you, or well, I should say but you would come to expect with a Thrunite product, they do give you some extra little bits and pieces, so that's always nice. Let's go ahead and get rid of the packaging over there. And I think the first thing to do is probably load these guys up with some batteries. So they both are loaded by removing the tail cap, or tail piece if you will. Battery goes in positive down. Screw that up there. Oops. Quite a strong spring pushing back there, so we can get this threaded. There we go. And same on the 2A, of course, two cells going in positive down. And one thing I noticed about, I've been, I had a lot of Thrunites through my hands now. One thing I always notice is the machining on the threads for the tail cap or headpiece, or whichever part is being removed to put in the batteries, is always really, really nice. And it's a very kind of, I don't know what the technical term is, but I would describe it as a very fine thread. So it really feels very positive when you screw it on. There's an O-ring in there, of course, and once you screw that shut, it feels absolutely locked on and watertight. And of course I did that test way back on the TI3 where I submerged it for a whole day and it was absolutely fine. And they do always put, I think it's IPX8 waterproof rating on their literature, and I think that's certainly fair enough because they do seem very, very watertight, and their seals are very good is what I'm trying to say. So let's just have a little look here. We have on the bottom we have the 1A V3, so that's the single cell. On top we have the 2A V3, so the double cell. Let's just have a quick comparison about what that extra battery gets us. So you can see on the smaller model, high mode is 200 lumens, then 75, 17.1, so four modes in total. plus a strobe which utilizes the high mode of 200 lumens. And the 2 battery model, the 2A, is basically just a replica of that, except of course you have boosted power. So we have 500 lumens, 75, so your medium mode is the same, your low mode is the same at 17, your Firefly is, well, 0.2 or 0.1, does that really make much difference? Probably not, I'm guessing. Although 17 days running here are 28 days there. 115 minutes on the high mode for 200 lumens on the smaller model, and 96 minutes, so just over an hour and a half. If you're not very good at maths, I don't know why I told you that. Just over an hour and a half, 1 hour 36 minutes in theory at 500 lumens. So that's pretty impressive output for that dual AA cell model. So 500 lumens is nothing to be sniffed at, but then neither is 200. So depending on the sort of stuff you do in your EDC, you may like that extra power, or you may find that all you're really using is the medium mode for the whole time, in which case you can get 5 hours here on the small model or 11 hours on the larger one. So it's a bit of a trade-off between size and just how much, just kind of how much you want to use it and what sort of usage you put it to. Of course, their rating distance, their throw here is quite a lot more, 108 meters versus 66. If you follow my flashlight reviews, I don't tend to do beam tests because it's so hard to tell. I thought before about measuring out actual stuff in my yard and trying to show you guys, and I may come to do that at some point and do something a little bit more calibrated. But I find for the most part, like showing you outside, look, here I am shining on some trees. You can see the trees. Oh, look, I'll turn it up a bit. You can see the trees a bit better. I mean, what's that really showing you? It's a flashlight. Of course you can see the effing trees. I mean, that's what it does, right? So you kind of have to go by what you know about flashlights. Do you own one already? If so, how many lumens does it have? Check and see. If it's a 200 lumen flashlight and you like that, then consider this light in comparison to that with the features it has. So if you want more power, well, this one is 500. So you can kind of go by what you know about lights, I think, a lot better than me showing you my backyard, because you've no idea how far away something looks in daytime and that kind of thing. So I think you get what I'm trying to say. We may come to do beam tests in future, but for now, I think they're pretty limited in use, to be honest. So they have the same ratings in terms of waterproofing, impact resistance, all that kind of stuff. Same warranty, 2 years free replacement. Will offer free replacement within 2 years of purchase if problems develop with normal use. 30-day refund by Amazon. So all the usual Thrunite stuff. And yeah, it's basically just a more powerful light. So all that being said, we come to use the two lights. They both function the same way, as I said, power on with the tail switch. Let's go ahead and cut the lights here, and we'll show you a bit of indoors beam. So this is the, oops, let's turn this light on. You can use this light, see this light. So this is going to be the larger model we're going to show you here. So normally you will just press the side switch here to change between modes. So we're going up a level each time, so that should be us on medium. Oops, sorry, that's us on Firefly. This is on low, medium, which it said was 75, and that's us on high, which is 500. So let's go ahead and turn on the small model next to it. Firefly, low, medium, and high. So there's 200 versus 500. I don't know how much you can tell by that, but you can see very much clearer, brighter light here with the 2 battery model, the 2A. But again, it comes down to just how much you need. I mean, for an EDC light, 200 lumens is a lot. And you're probably going to mostly use the medium mode, to be honest. Firefly, low, medium, or even for going around the house at night, trying not to disturb anyone, Firefly mode is plenty. Low is more than adequate. Medium for even outside in your yard, trying to find your way through a wooded situation. Medium's going to be plenty. Same on this one. There's Firefly at low, medium, both at 75. You can see there they are pretty much exactly the same. And you know, just that extra boost to 500 or 200 with this one. That's up to you how useful that's going to be for you. So on both models, strobe warning, guys. On both models, I think it's fair to say you long depress that mode change button, and that will, whoa, double strobe. Oh my god, not even I can look at that. Both long depress the button from any mode. So here's Firefly, and we're going to go into strobe again, strobe warning. So from any mode, you long depress the mode change button, puts you into strobe, which is quite nice. It's easily accessible. I found with some lights, there's a Streamlight that I own which is a real pain in the ass to get it into strobe mode. Now, if you wanted strobe mode for any kind of self-defense or deterrent type purpose, rather than signaling or whatever, then trying to fiddle around with the modes to find your strobe is a bit the last thing you want to do. But if you can just hold your finger on there and get straight into strobe, then that is good. So I think we should go back into double strobe mode just for a second, just for a laugh. Anyone else about to have a seizure? I think I am. I think that's enough of that. Yeah, so let's turn the lights back on. And we'll come to the concluding point here, which actually surprised me, and I just found this out when I went to double check the price on Amazon right before starting this review. Let's put them down side by side so again you can get a bit of a size comparison. So currently on Amazon.com, this the 1A V3, let's check that model number for you, Archer 1A V3 from Thrunite is currently about $35. Now how much do you think the 2A V3 is currently? Now I think these are regular prices, I don't think there's any discounting on this. This one is $36, so you're paying $1 extra currently on Amazon.com for the larger light, an extra 300 lumens on the turbo mode, if you will, but that larger form factor, you know, that's up to you whether that's something that works for your EDC or your life. So I think that's about it, guys. Both very, very capable lights. I'm not really sure which is my favorite. I think this one's probably going to go in my EDC kind of bag, and this one's more of a pocket carry around the house or yard, or when we're outside having a fire pit or something like that. Both really awesome lights. Let me just double check what that LED was. I think it's an XP, let's see, XPL V6. And I think, fair to say, yeah, all the other specs are the same on these. Let's just check the dimensions and the weight, actually. That was something I didn't cover. So on the bottom, again, we have the single cell. Weight is listed as 42 grams, 48 grams on the upper, and that will be without batteries. So, of course, not much heavier when they're empty, but by the time you add the extra AA cell, there's a bit of a weight difference. So, but both nice, solid feeling in the hand. Excellent ergonomics, I would say. The switch, the clicker switch for mode change, doesn't matter if it's kind of filling 3 fingers of your hand or more than your 4-finger grip. It's right where you want it. Very nice tactile switch. Same with the tail switches. Everything about this light feels good, and for that kind of money, I think it's really hard to go wrong. Don't have a lot negative to say about them, to be honest. They're, I think, easily the nicest Thrunites I've tried, yeah, come highly recommended. No issues with mine. So there you are, guys. That is the Archer 1A, and more particularly the 2A V3, and also comparison with the 1A V3. So hope that was useful. Any questions, as always, please post them in the comments and I will do my best to answer. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Cheers.